So today we're going to talk about Self-Care Advocate. This is the Self-Care Advocate workshop. And one of the reasons that I believe this is important is because this is something that affects all of us. Maybe not directly, but chronic diseases affects our parents, our loved one. In fact, in America today, the overwhelming majority of adults are living with a chronic condition. And we'll talk a little bit about why that is, as well as some things that you can do to actually prevent and hopefully even reverse a lot of the damages caused by chronic conditions. So let's begin. Okay, so this workshop, we broke it down into several parts. I didn't want to make something that was, just boring, where you just be listening for an hour or so. I wanted something that was interactive so that you can learn a little bit, take a little bit of time and do some activities, hence why everybody has the workbook. Because I realize, having spoken for the last 10 years at different forums and venues, for a lot of people, when they learn new information, a lot of times it goes in one ear out the other. They go back to their default setting, okay? Because there's no level of reinforcement that goes into a lot of these seminars and workshops. So I thought a workshop would probably be a more effective setting because it would reinforce a lot of what we're learning, and you have a little workbook that you can take home that you can write in, and a lot of what you write down will be with you for the long term. And of course, we will also do Q&A, so that'll be where we'll take your questions, but I want to save them towards the end of each section. So there are 8 sections to this. Don't worry, they're not as long as it sounds, but they're really based off of the protocol that I created called the Self-Care 7. And so we'll start with the introduction, then get into inflammation. Inflammation, if there's anything you're going to take away from this presentation, pay attention to the inflammation section, because that'll really explain why so many people are sick and so many people are dying, okay? That'll really answer a lot of, it'll really help the world make a lot more sense. And then, of course, the other ones are just as important, but I truly believe once you understand the role of inflammation in our bodies and in our health, chronic disease will be a thing of the past. All right, so this is just an illustration of what the activities that you find in your workbook looks like. A series of questions that are pretty interactive. And, but I want you all to turn to maybe like the first page that looks like that first section. There's something called the Self-Care Health Assessment. I want you to take maybe 30 seconds and fill that out. The point of it is, for every category, such as digestion, blood sugar, mental health, on a scale of 0 to 3, I want you to write down what you think. Thank you, sister. With 0 being you currently experience no symptoms, to 3 being you experience a lot of frequent symptoms. And I want you to rate how satisfied you are with each area of your health. So that shouldn't take more than a minute.